Yeah, I'm about to step in the ring for the fight of my life. Hit my knees and I strap on my gloves. Boy, I've been prepping since like I was 7. And thing is, I'm already covered in blood. Walking in love, this for the ones who've been stuck in the mud. Searching for hope. Trust me, I know what it feel like to drown in my problems. But God came and threw me the rope. Can't wait to look in his eyes. All of my life I've been battling lies. I found the truth and took off my disguise. Come from my head, I still live for the prize. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I was in the city going down, trying to blow. Everything changed when I learned to let it go. Hopping on stage, I ain't in it for the show. Only got one life, so I gotta let them know. Talk about real. I seen a man's whole bad hill. I seen a woman drooling out the mouth. I seen the demons in the casket out. I seen my brother throw his whole vape in the lake. Seen smooth heel from the dark. I seen the spirit change my own heart. Can't tell it all, but this a good start. Christopher.
K to the second letter. Who got the keys to the Jeep and the Hiller? They ain't never been realer. I am not shook, I'm a lion, didn't chill. My face blue steel, I ain't never been stiller. Ooh, KB ain't gotta get bigger. Ooh, Southside sing killers, bring light to the dark spots. Wake up, I didn't make up this God, the divine concealer. On the bread of heavens, like the red and black 11s, walking through the pearly gates. Poppy do the most, I'm in the Holy Ghost. I'm looking like the Pope swerving raves. They gon' get the word.
Yeah.
I send the text back, never curve.
All right, let's do it. Welcome in. How y'all feeling, chat? Welcome in, welcome in.
Tell them the Dead Sea here. We the new Israel, God really lives here.
Holy. All right, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Good to see you guys. We are back. Another New York live stream. W's in the chat. Clubhouse got motion. YouTube got motion. Let's get it. Verse 3.
I put my hand on the Bible, the Lord is my witness that KB is closer than blood. I got that HGA tatted right next to my heart, so you know it's gonna always be love. Don't need no contracts or labels, you know we got him a seat at my table. Hovey little bro, so I'm willing and able. I keep some riders at home in the stable. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I done told it all, but I still got more.
Right.
Remember when the folks got
cool.
killed next door?
Let's do it.
Told me
Let's
still
do
pills
it.
not blow. Shorty told me my career
won't
won't blow.
blow.
Swear I don't care about the status. Why would I clout chase when God is my daddy? Take all my records, my money, my Grammys. I'm still gonna direct you, then you can.
Game time.
Jesus the King, I'm his prophet.
Cheers.
Send me to Nineveh, I get
Cheers.
it poppin'. They see an interview, swear I ain't with it. I say come see what I do in my city. From cooling with Kendrick to walking through Romans with people in prison. Let me stop talking, cause man, I've been did it.
All right, y'all.
Let's
do this.
Y'all just gonna have to see when I
Let's
transition.
do it.
I can't tell it all, man.
Good to see you guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah. He said, I've been on it since I was 7. Holy. He said, I've been on it since I was 7. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome back to another New York live stream. Good to see you all. It's been about 21 hours since we've seen each other last. We had a buzzer beater on ES, I think, right, to end the day? Yeah, I'll be honest, that might seem like it was like yesterday to you, but it seems like it was like last week to me. It's crazy. Crazy. Anyways, gold looked like gold kind of pushing back down here. But who do we got here today? I know we got Z Gamer. I know we got YOLO Trader. I can see K Vila. I can see Eden. I can see King Plays. Yeah. Stevie Mac in the house. What up, Stevie Mac? What up, Jay Coop? See Damien. Scotty C in the building. Maddie Dukes. What up, Vishal? Roberto. Where's my boy Humberto, though? I want to know where Humberto's at. Nico in the building. That's good, Nico. Give me a little whistle there, Nico. Luffy in the building. What's goody? What's good? What's up? What's up, Teddy? Jimmy Williams. What's up, Cameron? What up, Vince? My man, Vince. Mr. Woods is here. Clubhouse, how we feeling? What up, Zyper? What's up, Wayne? Jose in the building. Oh, Kurt is here. All the way. What up, Wokey? Shakes in the building. Shubs in the building. We got Shakes. We got Shubs. Badio Life. DJ Scratches. I see you, bro. How are you? What up, Giuseppe? I think I seen Giuseppe. Yeah. Jay Padrone in the building. How we feeling? Has anyone seen Juan? I'm just kidding. Oh, snap. All right. Well, good to see you guys. Welcome in. It is, let's get to it. It is New York session time. Scotty C's in all the chats. The mod squad is here. They're raiding the place. What up, Nate G? All right. Well, great to see you guys. What's up, Yanosh? How are you, brother? Stephen B is in the house, so that means we can get the party started. Let's do it. So let me just fix something over here, and let's get into the day here. It's New York Open. It is what is today? Wednesday, right? So today is Wednesday. It is the 6th day of August, and we're gonna do what we do best, right? We're gonna come in here. We're gonna be patient. We're gonna be disciplined. Let's go ahead and pray real quick before we get started, and then we'll rock and roll. All right. Well, Father in heaven, Lord, we just thank you, Lord. Thank you for this opportunity, Lord. Thank you for us getting the chance to gather here together with like minds, Lord. We thank you that our natural state is truly abundance, Lord. I pray for your people here today, Lord, that they would just shed the lack, Lord, the lack mentality, that they would just shed the weak mentality, that they would shed the fear, shed the anxiety, shed all the scarcity, Lord, that lives in them. That's just an attack from the enemy. So we thank you that, again, our natural state is abundance. We thank you for blessing us here. We thank you for the spirit of victory, prosperity, Lord. Thank you for turning the hearts, Lord, from okay to great, Lord. So that way when we do reap our reward, when we do get a chance to hold our fruit, Lord, that we could share it with the community, we could share it with people around us, and it would be good fruit, Lord, good fruit for picking, good fruit for eating, and we just thank you for it. So we ask that you would bless us here today, and we just give you the glory in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. You gotta lack it. You gotta shed the lack, man. Too many people I talk to, they just live in scarcity. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. Great people too. So I'm here to encourage you to start thinking big, to start thinking real big, bigger than you've ever thought before. If someone else has done it, why not you, right? That's the way I always see it. If he did it, then why can't I, right? So you got to understand that you're God's highest form of creation, gang, right? And you can achieve anything you set your mind out to. So just a quick message here for y'all today, and praying for you guys that you would no longer live in that, no longer live in doubt and shame and anxiety and all that, lack and scarcity stuff. It's all BS. Trust me, it's all BS. So let's move on here. Let's dive into the day. Again, it is Wednesday. It is where are we here? It is August 6th, and it's another day, another opportunity for us to gather here together to sharpen each other, to sharpen the axe one day at a time, and we'll be patient, we'll be disciplined, and we'll keep that 8-figure trader future in mind here today, eh? hey, yeah. Keep that 8-figure future in mind today. Let's talk about it. So I don't think we really have much news going on here today. There's nothing that I see. So we're pretty straight in terms of red folder news. It should be a pretty chill day. Let's go ahead and jump into the charts here. Let's talk about gold. We'll talk about ES. And then we'll see what we can do here. Yeah, you just give me 1 second. Let me shut this door. It's Jamaica. Wait, what is it today? Jamaica Independence Day? Let's get it, man. Yeah, man. Jamaica Independence Day, baby. I did not know that. Where's all the Jamaican flags in the chat, though? I don't see them. We don't have any Jamaicans in the chat? We gotta have Jamaican people in the chat. Come on, Jamaican me crazy, man. Where's the flags at? Holy. Bum. All right. Yeah, there you go, J Coop. All right, let's run this top-down analysis. If someone in the Zoom chat can give me a heads up here, how are we looking in terms of volume on the music? Should I lower it? Should I higher it? We good? Just let me know real quick. It's good? Good? Okay, cool. All right, let's do this. Let's run through a fresh analysis here. Let's talk about gold. We're going to hit record. Yup, all it's going to be good to go. And, yeah, there you go. There's Jamaican flags. All right, perfect. Bless up, man. All right, let's do this, man. Let's talk about green. There he is. Yeah, there they go. All right, yeah, man. All right, cool. Let's do this breakdown here. Let's talk about gold. We'll talk about ES, and we'll see what we can kind of come up with here today. See if we can get some positions, and have a great day here. So this is the daily time frame. We are looking at price has. Let's just kind of track back a little bit. Obviously, like we know that we came into these all-time highs here, right, a couple weeks ago, kind of rejected out of here, just like we did every time, right? We rejected out of these areas. No surprise here. Now, the question is, are we going to begin to move down, right? Are we going to continue down here, right? Or are we going to start to move up, right? So we have been retracing for a little bit. So this is where we got our support. When we were coming down here, right, we talked about these levels right here. So we talked about gold really just running right into this level here. Wow, that's crazy. And rejecting from there pretty much, right? Because that's where we can expect our pullback to. So I don't know, you know what I mean? Let's see, right? As long as we keep respecting the lows here, I don't think we're gonna move down, right? So we can, as long as we kind of make these higher. So if you see what's going on here, right, you got this little candlestick trend happening. So right now we're just making a lower high potentially to continue moving bullish today, right? So I am going to be bullish based off of this previous daily candle and the fact that we are not breaking the lows, right? So again, lows are being respected. If we continue to respect the lows and re-break the high, I mean, there's a very, very strong probability that we're going to move up there today. So for all we know right now, this current daily candle is just making its lower wick, and if it's ready to move up and break the highs there, it should, you know, get going, and we should probably come up towards I would say like 70, 73 here, somewhere up in this range. So those will be my targets here on the day. Let's go down to the 4 hour. Let's see what's happening here. So if we're expecting the daily candle to begin to move back up, we got to look at the clues from the 4 hour time frame, right? So the 4 hour time frame was in a range here, and it looks like, right, we closed basically right at this support level. So I guess the main area of support would be sitting right here. So technically this candle does have some room to go, but we did close with very little to almost no lower wick on this candle right at this level of support. So I'm very curious to see if price is going to want to actually move up from here and respect this current daily low and continue moving bullish here today. So we do have the wick to fill. That is the previous daily low. We can come straight down into that and then reject out of there as well today, kind of like we did yesterday. This was our the daily low yesterday, the previous daily low, and we respected that. And so we might do the same exact thing here today and then continue moving bullish. But 4 hour technically is bearish here, so let's keep an eye on that. Let's see what the 1 hour is doing. 1 hour is giving us a little bit of a range now, right? So we got a support. Excuse me. We have a resistance sitting right here. Well, not really. Let's check it on the 30-minute. There it is. So we got resistance. We got support. We have decently clean range coming down, right, that we could take advantage of. We don't really know what price wants to do in this overall area right here, but I do know that we got some clean range to move down. We also have some pretty decent range to move up, and that'll probably be the range I use here, right? So we have 100 pips to the downside, my friends. 100 pips to the downside. We have 100 pips to the upside. So we'll see if we can play around in this range a little bit. It's not really the best, so might have to wait for buys above. I think if we can get some sort of closure back above here, right, even if this candle can close back above, something like that, I will be definitely open to go long here and take those buys, as I would anticipate the 4 hour to reject out of that support, being that the previous one has no bottom wick, right? And the daily is still bullish as well. So I think we wait for closures, right? We wait for closures above here, and then we just go ahead and take advantage of this, right? This range right here, come up and fill that wick, and then if price wants to keep going, you know, maybe that's none of my business, right? I think I'll probably close my full position right there and then just keep it moving for the day. So that is the long positions. Let's take a look at the shorts, right? So the short positions could also work out really well here, especially if we have like a new resistance, right? Because our most recent resistance is sitting up here. So we want a fresh one, right? If we're going to sell down here, we don't want to bank off that resistance up top, right? We want to make sure we get a clean one right down here somewhere, right? So what that would look like is a bullish candle and then just followed by a bearish one. Hence the reason I don't want to take a buy or anything in the range, right? Because you can just get a fake out here, price hit wick you in, close below, and then the 4 hour gets busy, right? So we don't want to be stuck in that. So if we can wait for a new resistance, right, that'll pretty much get it to where we want it. So Yeah, so that's it. Those are my two ideas for both buys and sells here today on gold. I'm probably gonna stay away from this range for the most part, unless we could take buys from the bottom, right, or sells from the very top. Otherwise, no mid-range trades in this zone here. This is almost gonna serve as like a kind of like a protection zone, like a no trade zone, while the higher time frames are a little confused. But look, anything above there is super clean, right? Anything below, super clean as well. So most likely going to stay away from the red zone here today, unless we're buying from the bottom, selling from the top. And other than that, the green zones got the money. So we'll wait for those green zones and we'll attack once they get in there. So that's pretty much it. That is gold here today. Buys above 34.21 and then sells below 34.12. So that should do it. That should also give us big moves and big like decisions on the 4 hour. Again, our buys are very simple. If we break that 4 hour high right there, we should start to push, right? And it's very simple here. If we break the 4 hour lows, we should begin to push, right, and fill that wick. So those are the pushes that we're looking for, and that's what we'll wait here on today. Yee, let's see. Come on up, baby. What's that thing where they like blow the flute for the snake? And the snake just kind of like, what is it? A cobra? Just rise, man. Just rise. Oh, man. That's how I feel sometimes in the markets. Just blow the flute. But yeah, so that's going to be gold. And let's take a look at the S&P 500 here as well. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, very simple. By the way, today's very, very simple, man. This 4 hour candle, if it re-breaks the highs, that means that daily candle will most likely start to want to push up here. And look, even if we only caught the move, right, from this daily candle pushing up, like that move alone is 100 pips. Never mind if this daily candle starts breaking these highs here, right, and starts pushing up in this range. I mean, that's a whole nother like insane move right there. So there's plenty of range here today on gold. It's not a matter of the volume and the amount of pips that's going to be produced, or how much a move is, like how big a move is going to be, because none of that matters unless our playbook setup shows up, right? So it's all good if price wants to run and price wants to move. None of that matters. It's all just noise. So we can know exactly where price wants to go, but we've got to wait for those opportunities, right, to get ourselves in safely and in a good position here. So I think closures above look pretty good, and we'll see if we can get it. 1 hour starting to come back up here too now after grabbing the pack there. So looking pretty good. Let's do ES. Yeah, shall we? Let's do this. So let's see what we got going on here. So ES, just to track back a little bit, right? We obviously been moving bullish. This is the daily time frame here. So we've been obviously on a huge bullish run, but we did end up, stopping up here, right? Creating resistance. We came down. We made a low here, right? So we created that resistance. We came down. We made this low right here, and then we started to pull back, right? And as we began to pull back, the candle closed with no top wick, right? So again, we know that the candles that close with no top wick, usually the next candle will not move bullish, right? So as we understand it, right, you got a resistance to form here. Now you have a brand new resistance, and I think we're pretty bearish for the most part. Like if you break that low, we should drive down and fill that range there. So I'm pretty bearish on ES today. Let's go ahead and see what the 4 hour chart looks like. Yeah, 4 hours starting to move down here too as well. So this is actually looking really good, right, for the short. So you kind of we moved out of this consolidation from yesterday. I don't know if you guys remember all that. We jumped out there with the news, and then we just kind of pulled back now. So we created a brand new resistance, basically a lower high, and now I think we can continue moving down, right? Like we could probably fill that wick to the downside here on ES. So I'm definitely open for shorts here. Let's take a look at the 1 hour. 1 hour looking clean, a little overextended, but not the worst. Oh wow, yeah, hold on, let me see this. So we haven't really had a closure below yet. All right, let's take a look at the 15 minute. Yeah, maybe 15 seller here. Yeah, maybe 15 celery. If we can get this candle here in about a minute to close below, we have a shot at these sells coming down into this range here. We could probably close partials right around that wick fill and then let the rest of it run. Yes, we could let it run down into the 4-hour support there. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Possible sells coming up, you know, in the next minute or so if we can get that closure. I like it. I like it. Clean range, 4-hour bearish, daily bearish, 1-hour bearish, right? We filled the wick here, so that might be our, you know, our kind of destination before we pull back. So we really got to close below, and if we do, maybe we can get into these sells. What up, SimZ? All right, how's everyone doing though? Y'all good? Everyone doing good? It's been about 22 hours since I seen you last. Clubhouse, great Asian session, London session, and pre-New York, man. I had to get some sleep in pre-New York. I was up for like 20-something hours. All right, let's see what we do here. We got 10 seconds. My Spotify playlist, I don't have one. I just use this YouTube playlist. You guys can have it. I'll send you the link here. Yeah, so we didn't really get the closure below. So, you know, I don't want to do it because the 1 hour 2 can, obviously we filled the wick here. So we could start rejecting out of there. So probably not going to do that. Let's go over to GC. And yeah, we got to wait here. Let's see that 15 closure. All right, so yeah, so if we can get a lower wick here, I may have some like a impulse idea going for this like inverted celery here. So that's probably the only way I'll do it, is if we can get this inverted celery. That'll be that 1 hour candle grabbing the pack. Probably still would enter on the break of the 4-hour highs here. So yeah, or we could just wait for the closure. All right, it's not a big deal either. We wait for this candle to close. We already got decent rejection from the last one, so we could wait for that candle to close. The only issue with waiting is this, right? So we'll see. But yeah, I think 15 closures above keep us in good standings here. Stephen B, how we feeling, brother? How we feeling? Good to see you as always, man. As always. ES, yeah, so my thing is it closed above here, you know? So we closed above on the 15-minute chart. So it's if I remove the zone, it's a celery play, right? But then if I add it back, we have support here. And the only issue, so my only issue with this is that we've already, so look how far we've been moving down on the 1 hour, right? So we rejected out of that zone, and now this candle has filled that wick, right? So what can happen here is you can get tapped in, right? And this could actually turn into like a 15-minute pack runner in a way, right? Where it kind of grabs the low and then begins to move up because the 1 hour candle already really did its job here. So that's the only issue with what I'm looking at. If we close below, yeah, I would get in, no doubt. But other than that, this 1 hour candle can easily start to reject here, and you don't want to get tapped in by like, you know when we get tapped in by like 1 pip? Yeah, the worst. Yeah. So we don't want to run into that, right? We want to take clear cut positions. What's up, James? Gasper. What's up, Gasper? What's good? All right, anyway, I'll pay attention to the chat now. Let me just pull up Zoom over here too. All right. The impulse idea that I'm seeing, yeah, so that impulse idea is mainly because we're anticipating that, again, like with the daily being bullish here, can we start to catch the move, right, from down here? Kind of like yesterday, right? Price did run on us yesterday. We didn't get a chance to enter into that, but it did exactly what we were expecting. So the idea here is, can we impulsively push up, re-break the 4 hour high? The 1 hour high, I mean, the 1 hour chart is looking pretty good now, like if we re-break those highs after breaking that low there. So that's kind of got my wheels spinning a little bit here, but I also don't want to jump the gun, right? So I think our best bet is just going to be to wait on a 15-minute closure here, right? If we can get the 15 closure above, that means that this 30-minute candle will now be pushing through these highs, right? And if we're starting to push through those highs, we get a little closure on the 15. The 30 will do like little fluctuation here and then potentially just keep moving up, right? So that's kind of the idea. So you got two options, right? You enter off the break of the highs here, which would be like a 30-minute inverted play, and enter on that, or you wait for a 15 closure above and then you know, take the buys from here. So that's probably what I'll be doing, waiting for the closure, and then see if we can go from there. Who's ever been tapped in by 1 pip? Come on, just me? I'm an FVG guy. I'm a USD guy. Whatever brings the US dollar into my bank account, that's what I do. I'm a USD guy. Remember me, Nick? Of course. I remember everybody, brother. How we feeling? Usama, oi, oi. What's up, YOLO Trader? Good to see you, man. What's up, Tyler? Pablo in the house. Got tapped in by 1 pip, following by profound sweating and in a cold room. Yo, my room right now is cold as heck, man. That's why I got a hoodie on here. Just yesterday, I know. Some of our, so in Asian session last night, we just couldn't get a good read, man. We had buy stops twice. Price kept moving down. There comes a point in a session where you're like, I don't really have a good read on this, right? Every now and then that'll happen, and that's okay, right? Because not all the time will the market make sense to you and to your playbook. So it's okay that if the price action's not familiar to you, that you just walk away. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, in Asian last night, where were those buy stops? We had some buy stops, and I guess the MGC chart. Yeah, honestly, I felt like super bad about that last night. Honestly, yeah, I was thinking about you guys because it sucks. You know, I hate getting tapped in by 1 pip, and especially when price barely even broke the highs. So the MGC chart kind of broke the high, I guess, a little bit and activated whoever was trading on that one, but it never broke on the GC chart. So yeah, so that was it. We had 2 attempts yesterday in Asian, but none of them got activated unless you were on that MG. And again, sorry about that. I feel bad for that. So but you know, it happens. It's happened to me plenty of times. Heck, it's happened to me in front of 1,700 people, right? And none of them got activated. It was only me. Me and like 3 other people. So, you know, it happens. It's part of the game. So if anyone does use the MGC chart, right, and you're getting ready to take a buy position, right, and that buy position is going to be, let's say, on the break of this high here, just put your buy stop a little bit higher, right? So that way it doesn't activate you in too early, and you don't have to deal with that moving forward. So yeah, it's a lesson. I'm a GT3 guy. Yeah, USD GT3. Do I teach my strat? Yeah, of course. How do I manage risk on my prop firm challenge? I base my risk based off the conditions of the market. So every trade is unique, so it gets a unique approach to it. So I don't have one of those. I don't have a trading plan. Like I used to make trading plans back in the day. I don't really have that anymore. So I just know what I'm looking for. I know what a good playbook setup looks like. I know what good conditions or bad conditions look like as well. So I just base my size on each trade off of the conditions I see. every trade I take is going to be a good trade, like a good playbook trade. But then it comes down to what are the conditions like? What's the news like? What's the ranges looking like, right? What are the higher time frames like? It's a lot of stuff comes into it. So I don't have a one size fits all in my trading. I'm very like free flow, and I freestyle everything pretty much. So I threw away my trading plan a long time ago when I realized it made absolutely no sense. Right? Because what do I look like saying I am going to make 60 pips today? Like, who am I, right? To the market. Like, what do you mean? So like, what if I get into a trade today that, let's just say that just happens to be 60. All right, let's change the goal. I have to make 80 pips today. All right. So some people may have a goal, 80 pips today, and then the market will give them a beautiful. So we'll wait for, a breakout right here, right? And then the market will give them a beautiful move up, and it'll hit like a 60 pip advantage point. Yet they need 80, right? So back then I would not close this. I'd be like, nah, real traders, they just hold till full TP, blah, 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 right? And Raj, I'd be like, hey, guys, I'm getting out right here. Beautiful trade, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, hell no, I'm holding this, right? And then all of a sudden, just right back down, candle end up closing like this. And now I'm like, damn, I'm basically back to break even here. I missed out on 60 pips. And then what do you know, sure as hell, the next candle, right, wipes me out of the trade. So I never set goals like that anymore, because that forces me to do things that might not be logical, right? That forces me to hold on to a trade to hit my goal, right? But the market doesn't care about my goal. The market just cares about the market, right? So typically in this situation, you'll see like a retest of that zone. So I want to secure my bag right there. So I don't care if that's 60 pips, 50 pips, 30 pips, 20 pips. If it makes sense before I get in the trade, that's what I try and tackle. So what was the question? Yeah, so I don't really have a trading plan. I don't have a risk management plan when it comes to funding companies. I just go based off of each individual trade. I try not to get too caught up in any of the noise, whether that be on my live accounts, my cash accounts, or my funded accounts. Let's see. Do I do trailing stops? Not really. So what I'll do is, like, in that same situation that we just drew up, right? Let's say, hey, where'd it go? Let's say that same situation that we drew up there, if we got a closure above. So let's say I have 4 contracts in, right? So 4 contracts are in. Once we get here, I'm closing 3 of them. Right? And then I'm just going to move my stop loss, and I'm going to move it to my break even point, and then that's it. If the rest of that gets hit at break even, I don't mind. I'll have like a bigger goal. Let's say I have like a bigger goal here. So this is my position. This is where my TP1 is going to be. Once that gets hit, my 3 contracts will close. I'll move my stops to break even, and then I'll just let the 1 or 2 contracts go. And if they want to go out and be a great runner for me that day and hit full TP, I'll take it. If they want to come back to break even and do me dirty that day, then that's fine too, right? As long as I already got paid and closed out the bulk of my position, got paid for my knowledge, got paid for my experience, got paid for my trading idea, then I'm totally fine. I've got no ego. I walk away a winner and come back for the next session. The pack runner, yeah. So the pack runner is a position that we began to look at early on. Actually, in the beginning, we were the pack, right? So in the beginning, we were the pack. So we were the liquidity. So what would happen is, like, we get a closure, and it tends to happen at NY Open more often than anything. So you have like no lower wick here at times, and price will kind of make a low, and then start to flip bullish and stuff. It'll kind of like activate the buyers, but then it'll come back down, break that low, and typically like our stop losses would be right there. So there's nothing worse than being right about the direction and getting stopped out. Anyone else agree? You get hit here, and then this freaking candle just flies, right? Anyone else been there? So we caught on to that eventually. We didn't want to keep going through that. So what we noticed is around 8 a.m., 8:15, if this, like, usually the 8 a.m. candle or the 7:30 candle will kind of have like no lower wick, and then you'll get that break of the low. So now what we'll do sometimes, not all the time, is we will wait for that pack to get grabbed, and then we will add our buy stop. So by the time now that we re-break the high, we know that the liquidity's already been grabbed and that we can start to move up at that point. So yeah, and it doesn't have, it's again probability in everything, right? So this isn't going to work 100% of the time, but and it's not going to happen 100% of the time too. So sometimes you might be waiting for the pack runner and this thing's just going to go, right? So like you're waiting for the pack, you're like, yeah, if we can get this pack runner, we'll be looking pretty good, right? And it doesn't give it to you. So unfortunately, sometimes when you're waiting for it, you're going to miss it. The only solution to that would be, if let's say you're going to open up 4 contracts, right? As an example, you just open up 1, right? You do like the dynamic risk or whatever it's called. If you really want to get in that trade, right? You just open 1, and then look, if you get activated, we come down, we break the low there, then you can add the rest of your position as we begin to move up at that point. But if you want to get in before you see exactly what you're after, then just get in at a very small size. You know, so that way, in case it doesn't grab the packet and it runs, you're still in that position. It hurts. I know it does. It does. Yeah. Do I advise playing an online game while waiting for a setup? I mean, I wouldn't advise it. Like, I wouldn't like sit there and bring that idea to the table. But I mean, if that's what you do, I don't think that there's anything wrong about it. Yeah. Now that you got this stream though, you can ask like good questions, so you can like actually lock in for like an hour or two and just lock in on the stream, ask really good questions, listen to other people's questions, listen to the answers, you know, especially if you're trying to get really good at trading, like pay attention to the examples we draw out, right? There's a lot of knowledge in this stream, so I hate to see you miss it by watching a video game, but you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. It ain't the worst thing, because other than that, you're just gonna, if it's especially like most traders like are very lonely, right? So if you're alone trading, which none of you are obviously right now, but if you are, I mean, I don't see why not. Like, play some solitaire, right? Play some poker, play a video game, play with your kids, right? While you wait for candles to close, like, you know. Anything that gets you away from FOMO. Yeah, so if you're seeing those setups clearly, so I want to know your definition of overtrading. So look, there's trader A and then there's trader B, right? And trader B is new. He's a beginner. He hasn't developed the right disciplines and the right habits yet in the market. So overtrading for him, right? Overtrading is totally different than trader A, who I would say someone like me, or someone like, I don't know, you know, a trader who's already disciplined, who already has his, you know, his emotions in check. Overtrading for that guy is totally different, because this guy can take 5-6 trades a day and then be really, really good opportunities that actually make sense to take, right? But trader B, who's a lot newer, he may not understand the best setups all the time. So what he's going to do is he's more so going to overtrade, not because the good setups are there, but because he wants to make money that day, or he wants to get his loss back, or she wants to get her loss back that day. So it's a different type of overtrading. So once you're on your game and you know what you're doing, look, if you see 5 trades a day, I mean, I don't see why not to take those, right? But if you're over trading in regards to, you know, trying to get losses back and just trying to make money that day, it's going to be, you know, it's going to be pretty difficult. So you just got to know. I don't have the thing is I don't have to explain that to trader A. Trader A already knows that. So this message is for trader B. right? So if over trading is causing you to be red, then it's not helping you, right? So stick to 1 to 2 trades a day until you train your eyes to see the best setups, right? And then eventually you become trader A, and because trader A's eyes are so developed, he can see more opportunity. That way he could take advantage of more opportunity. Like some trades some days I'll take like 4 or 5 trades, but it's rare for me. So like, with all that being said, I still stick to like 1 or 2 trades a day. So even with the opportunities and the skill set and the experience to probably get into 5 trades a day, I still only find myself naturally taking 1 or 2. Took the buys at 8 last night. Took a full, let's take a look. Current daily, let's see. Yeah, so again, you know, little overextended. I like the pack here though, but yeah, just a bit up there. Yeah, so these are the buys that we avoided. We didn't want to get into these, so we were waiting for that pullback. And that was last night, right? Yeah, that was last night. I remember looking at these buys. There was like a little, oh, I'm sorry, you took the celery. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. So you were probably were you able to snag partials? Yeah, I think this one we should have been good to snag partials, right? He said I fold my clothes during yeah, I think you could have been good here because I probably would have snagged some partials somewhere around like here, right? If the entry was in there. So yeah, I thought that one was pretty good. If we were talking about entering up here, then yeah, definitely no bueno. You want to see like a bullish candle closure, right? And then take the buys here. And that's exactly what we were waiting for last night. The only issue is every time we got a bullish closure, we set a buy stop and price just moved down. So there was really nothing we could do about that last night. We just kept moving down and moving down and moving down. But yeah, I like the celery play that you took, and I guess it was a 30-minute breakout. I think that was, right? Yeah, not bad. AB Mike, let's go. A chess channel in Discord? Yeah, we should. I've been backtesting my playbook on my own. I realized there's more work to be done. Yes, perfect, man. Enjoy the work. See, as I was saying last night in Asian too, like, people get in here and they want to make money right away. That's all they care about. But the real dog, the real savage, the real 8-figure trader, my man does not care about the results. The savages don't do it for the money. They do it because they're savages, because they want to learn, they want to grow, and they want to be the best. So while Jimmy Ding Dong is getting in to make all this money, the other guy's like, I don't even care about the money. I'm going to be the best trader anyone's ever seen. I'm going to line up this skill set like no one's ever done it before. And yeah, Jimmy Ding Dong might make a couple dollars before him, but he will build a sustainable trading business for him and his family. So you got to fall in love with the work. You got to fall in love with the work, with the process. Otherwise, you'll never make it. You'll always quit too early. 10 to 20 a day? Yeah, there was a point in my career where I did take 10 to 20 trades a day, no doubt about it. Where's Corey? Is Corey here? Yeah, I remember telling Corey. I said, Corey, bro, you gotta stop. You gotta stop this, man. You're over trading, bro. Look at this. There's 15, 20 trades here, man. There's 15, 20 trades here. I go, look at mine. I show him mine. It was like 12. I'm like, oh, man, yeah, no, never mind. Mine's not as good, not that good either. But yeah, we gotta learn to hold off and stop over trading and, you know, acting like trading junkies and all that type of stuff, man. It works for some people, but for most people it doesn't. It just, again, there's exceptions to everything, right? But the whole over trading thing is I mean, I seen a guy on YouTube recently. He takes like 20, 25, 30 trades a day, and he's making a lot of money, but he is the exception, right? Not everyone is going to be able to do that. Me personally, I can't do it. Usually I'm not that good. If I continue trading more and more and more and more throughout the day, eventually I'll give the profits back. Yeah. Johnny Gems, how we feeling?
Nicky Stu, the GOAT.
How are you?
How you doing? What up, my man?
Hanging tight, relaxing, just waiting for this closure above.
Amen, bro. Same.
How you doing?
Ready to scalp some buys here potentially.
Yay.
More so, I'm ready to follow my trading plan.
There you go.
What's poppin', chat? How y'all feeling? We got another day. Be patient and disciplined to the trading plan. You do that today, it's a massive W. Guess what? If you follow your plan every day for the rest of the year, it's going to be very hard not to be consistently profitable. So let's do that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Nice ranges out here for the New York session.
Very clean. And look, if we move up on the daily, like we have even more clean, like this, the party's potentially just getting started here.
Okay.
Just getting started. So we got 5 minutes. Let's see if we can get a decent closure. Hopefully price doesn't run in the next 5. Hopefully we can get a little nice little 5 minute to hang tight here, like a 5 minute celery, and then we jump on this 30 closure here.
Wait it. Scotty boy.
There you
Good to
go.
see you, my man.
Pablo.
Get it.
How long do you think you're going to keep on trading? Is there an end goal for you? Yeah, so my end goal is, I want you to picture this with me real quick. So let's say you're on this beautiful home, right? And it's on a big beautiful lake, and it's summertime and it's nice out, and you got your whole family over, right? And this is let's put ourselves at the age of 75 years old, right? How cool would it be to have your family, your children, and your children's children roaming around the lake property, all out there, and you're just sitting up on the balcony of this big, beautiful lake home, big, clear windows behind you, and you're just sitting there reading a book like Magic of Thinking Big or Think and Grow Rich or one of those books, right? And you just look, you have your laptop set up there, and you go, ooh, look, we got a 4-hour bullish candle on gold. It's 9:30. We have a 15-minute onion or 15-minute celery, 30-minute onion. Let me unload here, right? And just hit like 50 contracts on GC. Make like 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 grand. Close the trade, shut the laptop, and say, all right, who's ready for Grandpa to come out there and crush the day with everyone, right? And then just enjoy life. So I do not plan on ever stop trading. I love trading. I plan on doing many other business ventures though throughout my time in life here, as long as I continue moving on. So I'm definitely open to creating more businesses, but my vision for trading is something like that. I could see myself doing this long into my life, and just keeping the skill set in my back pocket. Come on, Sonny, time to hit the jet skis.
Jacked grandpa with amazing relationships, 8-figure trading account, and just multiple streams of passive income. Sounds
jacked,
bro, and ripped.
Ain't no other grandpa's gonna be able to grandpa like me.
Bro, like my grandkids and my kids won't be able to do more push-ups than me, even when I'm 80.
Just think about, you're collecting all your life experiences. You got the warm breeze blowing off the lake. You hear the grandkids' voices screaming out in the distance. What a life, gang. What a life that could possibly be. So when you guys are sitting here focused on the here and now so much, I tend to giggle at you guys. I tend to giggle a little bit about how serious you treat life. And the this very present moment right here. Right? It's a long game, gang, right? So you got to play that long game. You got to visualize the long game. And yeah, that's pretty much, I have no ideas in stopping trading.
Hell no.
Done for the year.
I'll always be a trader.
Oh, snap. Finished the course. I'm now going through the webinars in the clubhouse. Beautiful, beautiful. Enjoy. Soak that information in. Definitely take your time with the webinars. Don't get too ahead of, like, you know, like, it's a lot. It's a lot of information to take in. So just take your time, take good notes, go back and watch them if you have to. Sometimes, like in my come up here, like when I get these books, I would double read the chapters and stuff to make sure I got it. So don't be afraid to, you know, stay on the webinar and get the most out of it. You don't want to just breeze through them just to say, hey, I finished and I finished and I finished. You really want to, you know, squeeze as much juice out of them as you can. Yeah. Good stuff, Racely.
Let's get it. What up, Racely?
Hey, I never mentioned care home. I mentioned lake home. Yeah, that's what I mean. Those are the other grandpas, the guys that are little, you know, Jimmy Ding Dong grandpas. Yeah, Jimmy Ding Dong's grandpa might be in the care home, but not me.
God bless those in the care home, by the way.
Yeah, seriously.
But like today, we're gonna make the down payment for our future to not be in the care home. So.
Yep.
Let's get it. Today matters more than tomorrow.
All right, gang. I'm gonna have a buy stop here. As long as this candle leaves a wick on the top, I'm gonna have a buy stop. Basically, the entry is gonna be probably current candle low. Yeah, if we're gonna use the previous stop, so current candle low, and we'll see if we can get this thing to move up.
Wait, partials like.
Wait for a wick. Partials are right where that line is now. Wait for this wick, and then once that wick's in, we set the buy stop, and yeah, we'll see if we can get it rolling.
Nice, I like that, bro. Beautiful.
All right, cool. So let's see if we can make this low. If we can't make the low, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter on one contract on the break of the high. If we can't get the low I'm looking for, but if we can get that low, then I'll enter my full position. If I take a loss here as we make a steeper low, I'm totally cool with that, but at least I'm in the position, right? Kind of like what we were talking about earlier. At least I'm in the position if this thing wants to run without making much of a lower wick. Oi, Osama. Yeah, if we can come down though and break the lows a little, I will get rid of the 1 and I'll add the 4. Jimmy Ding Dong, nah, we be giving him a lot of clout, man. We be giving Jimmy Ding Dong too much clout. So let me explain this. So there's been a few moves that we've kind of missed recently that we've drawn up and that have played out to the T. The only thing that was missing really was the lower wick, not the greatest lower wick. So that's why this is a trade where I would love to throw 4 contracts on, but I would also love to see a steeper wick. But at the same time, I also drew this trade up and I know exactly why it would work out. So I still want to participate somewhat in it, and that's where I'm going to go with the 1 contract. So if this gets activated and we move up, yeah, unfortunately, I'll only be in with 1 contract, but at least I'll be in, right, off the idea that I drew up, and I can get paid for it. Now, if we break the low and I get stopped out here, at least it's only with 1 contract, and if we make the low, I can always re-add my 4, right, when this candle comes back up and re-breaks the high like a normal position. So does anyone have any questions on that? You do not have to follow me here. This is something that we're going to be sample sizing. We talked about it a bunch last night in the clubhouse in Asian session, and we're just going to start sample sizing this. So that's what's going on for anyone like wondering, right? So we'll see what can happen. If we re-break the lows though, we'll bring this 4 contract down and we'll take care of business here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a bad lower wick though either.
No, it's not. I mean, it tapped into that area, right? So it's not the worst. Yeah. Not the worst at all. It's 9 a.m. We got volume, so we should be good.
All right.
Forex slippage, you should be
volume.
good. Yes, this looks pretty good. Yeah, same deal with my live account too. I'll just go like maybe just a smaller position size. So by the way, the way I do it with Forex is I wait until my order is activated here. Once that order is activated, simultaneously I hit the buy button. So I don't even set buy stops because I noticed the same thing. I slipped into trades and whatnot and all that. So I stay away from that now, and I just wait till this one gets activated like there, and then I hit it. So it helps. It helps. All right, well, we'll see if we can move here. I'm going to probably keep a decently tight stop. I'm going to risk a little bit here, just a one contract in case this thing doesn't, want to push here. But ultimately, I'm looking to target like, 34.28 and see if we can move our way up.
Got clean range to the left.
Pretty clean, pretty clean. So we'll see if we can move up. So if you have more than one contract, this could also be like a partial TP area, and then holding till like 34, 32 isn't a bad idea as well. Let me take a look at ES here real quick too. Yeah, I haven't really done. So no closure. So very happy we didn't get in off that celery. We didn't get the pack runner, but I'm very happy we just, stayed away from that, knowing we closed back above. There's no point in having a sell stop there. One more push and I will add. Okay, cool. Let's see. If you got stopped out and created a bigger lower wick, would you re-enter? So not anymore that the wick is way up here. It would be tough to re-enter now. So if this candle makes a steeper low, to try and enter up there would be a little tough. So maybe on the flip of the candle, you can get a little bit of a better entry. But yeah, I would probably just hang tight in this now. Previous stops are about 650, so I'll probably keep them down there just in case we do make a lower wick. I'm still risking very little, and we come down, I can have a little bit more confidence as long as we hold the low there that we can continue pushing up here. Yeah, that was also the break of the 4-hour highs too, I believe. So yeah, the re-break of the 4-hour high there. So we'll see if we can get pushing on the 4-hour, but overall looking pretty clean. The only issue again is that lower wick there, and we understand that.
You don't like break even or no?
Do I like what?
You like break even or not?
Break even what?
Like right now? No?
I'm in drawdown right now.
Trade?
Huh?
Oh snap. Oh snap.
Come on, John, what are you watching here? Yeah, so we might come down and make a little steeper wick there. But again, I've got no worries because I'm so low in this position, it doesn't even matter. And that's why we did it, right? So just in case it doesn't work, we only lose a little. If it does, at least we get paid for our expertise. Close full at 22 pips. Nice.
Bro, the thing just missed my freaking TP.
Did it? Where was your TP?
Yeah. I was at 34.26, bro.
34.26. Okay, right here. I mean, all signs say we're still good to go, so. Yeah. My guy missed it by 1 pip. It happens, bro. I mean, we're above the range there, so bro. We're still in the clear here.
Like that, one more push. All goody.
This one would be like just like a simple breakout, I'd say. Yeah, just a breakout. Little breakout. Buys, yeah, we're in buys, yep.
Yeah, everything still looks good.
Doom. Yeah, you could also wait till 9:30. Yep, this is like, again, this is something that we're sample sizing. So that's why I'm trying to make it very clear. This is something that as a group, we are currently sample sizing. So you guys can let me do the sample sizing for you, right? So that's why I was saying in the beginning, you don't have to participate in this one because normally we would wait for a steeper lower wick. But there's times where, especially when we draw something up, where that lower wick doesn't really happen and price just moves. So that's why we're in here low size, sample sizing this to see if we can maybe build confidence at times when candles don't give us the exact wick we're looking for, but they end up moving with the volume, right? Based off of our idea of when we came to the desk, right? So the idea was if we can get a closure above here with volume coming in, regardless of the wick we make, we should move up, right, at this point. So that's kind of like what we're banking on and what we're beginning to sample size here. Because anyone hate when you draw up a plan. It almost works out to the T. And the only thing that's wrong is maybe the bottom wick isn't exactly how you want it. Anyone? And then price just goes, right? That's pretty annoying. I mean, does anyone else agree? So that's why now we're stepping in to see, hey, can we sample size with the experience we currently have, right? Because look, 2 years ago, let's say there was 5 confluences, right, that we look for in a trade, and let's say we only had 4 I wasn't getting in. And look, I admire that discipline, but through the 2 years, right, through that process, I've also gained experience, right? And now I want to use that experience to make money, right? So I've seen this happen many, many, many times. So what I'm going to do now is I'm annoyed, right? So I want to see if we can sample size, right? Gain confidence on trades that we draw up. We know that this trade is bound to happen, right? There's 4 really good things about this trade. There's one thing that's off, right? So I want to use my experience now to determine whether or not I should get in that and just keep it a low size or stay out of it, right? So that's what I'm in the process of sample sizing. I mean, year after year, we've continued to run some sort of sample size process. As you guys know, we've done this with the fade, the pack runner, the counter trend trades, the target tap concept, what else? Inverted celeries, right? So we've done this over and over and over throughout our career, and this is just now another thing that we're looking to sample size and see if we can get a good read on. Yeah, so anytime you're rolling with us, you're always going to roll with people who are future focused, right, and are always willing and open to making adjustments. Like there's been a lot of things that we've sample sized, many of them you've never heard of, right, because internally we just never let it out because the data didn't make sense, right? It wasn't profitable. But there are things that you did hear about, and again, those are like the fade, the pack runner, all that type of stuff. So we work on things all the time, and this is one of them here.
I got like a 5-minute celery. A little bit.
I mean, it's been such a fun learning process too, like over the years as well. Just sample sizing these different ideas and seeing what works and what doesn't, and that's like truly a little bit of the work of the trader.
Right.
And we'll do it right here live with y'all. So that's the coolest part. So let me take the losses or the small wins or the small losses. That way you can bank off of my data, right? My experience. So yeah. 30-minute? This is the 30-minute right here. Yeah, 30 looks good. 30 looks good to keep pumping.
It does look good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and this will also teach you guys how to learn teach you guys how to actually sample size like the same way we do it. Yep. What up, Alex? Good to see you, man. Trading is a game of adaptation. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, you guys remember Monday? I think it was over, was it here? Yeah, this move right here. It was at 9 a.m. too. See how we only made that small lower wick and we were just gone, right? So that's kind of like what we're expecting here today. And the fact is we drew that out, right? So when we got to the desk that day, price was like, this candle was open. And we said, hey, if we can push up one more candle, create resistance, come back down, form a support, we'll get in on the buys, right? But because this wasn't the greatest lower wick, we stayed out. So that's the problem that we're looking to solve, if that makes sense. And if it doesn't work here, it's no biggie, right? Because we're not focused so much on this trade. We're really focused on adding this to 100 trades and then seeing what the outcome of that looks like. So we have no emotional attachments to this trade right here, if that makes sense.
Sir.
Too late to get in? I mean, you know, we're right at entry point for me. So we got a 15 closure coming up here. So we'll see how that 15 candle closes, and then we kind of go from there. So I think maybe the next opportunity could be if we make a lower wick on the 15, grab the pack ideally, right, and then kind of move up. That would be probably the next best bet there.
One minute.
Oh, did that happen in London too? Yeah, we're at London. What time? Right here? Or here? One of these? No, that was 4. London was, oh, right here. Yeah, so I don't think I would have entered that one because that one got literally no wick. But it's got to have at least something. Like this guy at least made some wick here. So that's what I would say. While we're sample sizing this, at least wait for some wick, right? I still wouldn't enter in off of just like no wick. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get over that one. Like no wick at all.
All right.
Take the trade on the open of the candle. So the only thing I don't like about that is like if it goes straight into drawdown, you have zero fight there, right? You have like zero fight for any sort of like management or anything like that. So yeah, that's the only reason I don't like. Now what we could do is probably move the stops up a little bit too. So yeah, probably just move them up in the range a little bit in case I don't want to put them right below the low because this might grab the pack here. But yeah, that's the only issue with the open of the candle is that, you know, you don't, if it goes straight into drawdown, you don't have a fighting chance, right? So at least if like price makes a wick, like let's say it makes a small wick like this and then you get in, right? And you're in here, at least if it breaks that low, you can manage it or do something about it there. But if you just enter off of the open and it just continues to draw, like doesn't make a high, like there's nothing to manage, right, outside of your actual stop loss, which is going to be down there or something. So yeah, that's the only reason I don't really like getting in on the open of the candle too much. But we used to get in on the open, but again, sample size told us, you know, data tells us, you know, just wait for at least a low or a high to be created and then go, you know, get in from there.
Yep.
All right, so 9:15 is here. What are we going to do, right? So the 4 hours trying to, you know, continue up here, but, you know, at the same time, this 4 hour candle come 9:30 now can start to drive its way down as well. So we got to be aware of that. The 1 hour candle is kind of rejecting here. It's trying to make its way up. There's still 43 minutes though on this 1 hour candle here. So it's still got some time on it. The 15 is obviously, you know, 30 minutes still open, 15 closed above there. So yeah, we'll see if the 4 hour wants to go down. Obviously this thing's gonna melt here, right? And again, that's okay. We're in at a low size. We're just sample sizing these ideas. So you could even get in and like, you could even like when you want to sample size this, if you want to sample size them with me, you get in on like literally like 1 MGC. Just make sure you put your order a little higher, right? So it's like you're literally playing with pennies on the dollar And that way you have zero emotional stake in the trade. You're not worried about if it's a winner, or a loser. You're just focused on the sample size practice that you're doing. I'm going to look to enter if the 15-minute comes up.
NVC,
okay.
Not the GC.
Yeah. It's good that you sample size on stream. This will teach us a lot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we've done this, for basically ever since we started the live stream. So anyone new, you'll get a chance to see that process here as well. Went break even. Very nice. Very nice. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, cool. If we had the pack, would I add? If we had the... Yeah, probably. Should fill the wick. Yeah, it should fill it. So as volume comes in here now, you got 9:15, 9:30 coming up. I mean, I really want to see the 30-minute candle close strong bullish above, right? If we can do that, then the next one should continue moving up here. Arrow time.
Arrow time, bro. Bring it out.
Could I please recommend some books? The Forex what was it again? The Forex Mindset.
Forex Mindset.
Yeah, great book. Forex Mindset. I would also say another really good book is The Magic of Thinking Big, Think and Grow Rich, The Slight Edge. So Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, The 5 a.m. by Robert Sharma, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, what else? Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. What else? How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success and Selling by Frank Bedker. What was it, John?
Said The Compound Effect.
Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. We got yeah. So I would start there. You should be pretty busy with those. Once you finish all those, then, holler back around and maybe even read them twice.
Make a list of 5 books. Go get them, and then just take your time reading them. One after one.
Yeah, all great books, though. All books that really helped me out in life and guided my philosophy and my thinking. Yeah, that one book I very rarely talk about. It's called How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling. It was a extremely good book.
Wow.
And I think we were saying it last night. My main takeaway from that book was act as if, right? Like, so, if you want to be enthusiastic, act enthusiastic, right? That was the big thing for him. Is he was a insurance salesman, I think, and he needed enthusiasm. He needed sales skills, right? So it was a lot of act the part and be the part. And again, I was saying this on Asian last night, but we're all actors, gang. We're all actors and actresses, believe it or not, right? When you're raising your children, what are you doing? You're teaching them how to? Exactly. You're teaching them how to act, right? You're teaching them how to act. Teach that child to act good, or teach that child to act this way, right? So we're all actors and actresses playing a part. So it's not a fake it till you make it, right? It's a act as if, right? If you want to be an 8-figure trader, start acting like one, start trading like one, start thinking like one, start making decisions at the desk like one, right? So yeah, it's all about, really having it now, and then you'll receive it. So a lot of people want to hope for it and expect to receive it. You gotta actually receive it first for it to eventually become yours. So
you become it, and then you attract it.
Yeah. All right, 8 more minutes. No, 7. 7 more minutes here.
8 minutes.
Not a bad idea too. If the 30, cause we got 930 coming up here, so potential like lower wick. If this one closes strong bullish, like lower wick, and yeah, the move up.
Right.
Yeah, just give me a second. I'll be right back. Right.
All right, bet. Yeah. So what's up, chat? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Good to be back. Good to see y'all. Can we get some volume gold? Creeping on 930. I mean, volume should come in soon here. What up, Jim B? Good morning. Yeah, Clubhouse. Good morning. What's poppin'? Yeah, Roberto, I did re-enter actually on the 15-minute. Yup. Got back in after the 15-minute closed. So, I mean, everything still looks good. Yeah, man, we just missed my partial TP on the trade before. I took it off the 15-minute breakout originally, but we came a pip away from hitting my TP, so I got break even, unfortunately, but now I'm back in, so got back in on the 15-minute. Yeah, I know. We need some volume. That's what we need. Come on, Gold, you can do it. Oh, nice. Got out with me. Cool. Yeah, I didn't think that was a bad, break even point, but like this still looks good to get in. That's why I'm back in. I mean, we got five minutes here, right? Until 30 closure, 15 closures, and then 930 volume as well. So if we can remain, staying bullish, strong bullish, I think everything's looking good here. No trades taken in London session, no trades taken in pre-NY. Just a great session of patience and discipline, really. Just waiting for our move.
All right, so if we do close strong bear, that might be an opportunity for me to add my other contracts in. So we'll see if we get the opportunity to do that. We need the volume.
We do.
We do. 30-minute resistance. Where? Are you talking about this one up here? Because this is a pretty clean breakout, right? You got a lot of clean traffic to the left. So I see that resistance, but that's going to be my target. Do. 3370. I don't see that. Are you talking about this here? Yeah, I don't. Maybe that will hold it up, but I'm not gonna stay out of the trade because of that. Yeah, I'm more so looking up here. So I also see it up here too. So you see how we kind of popped, right? So I'm trying to get that pop out of there.
That's it, bro. As long as we remain bullish, bro, it's looking good.
2 minutes. We need Lele. Lele's up.
Get Lele, bro.
I mean, technically, I'm sample sizing right now. I'm still waiting on getting into a position, right? So I'm in this, but, you know, this is a sample size trade here. So, like I said, if the 30 can close strong bullish, I think that's where I can actually add a real trade, right? And get, like, maybe another 3 contracts involved here.
Definitely been a longer trade.
We do some longer trades.
One of the longer ones.
The Discipline Trader is a good book. Do you recommend it? I haven't read that book, but it sounds great. Yeah, Mark Douglas. I've listened to some of the audios where he just kind of like talked on the topics that's in that book, and it all was really, really good stuff.
Same. I want to read the book, though. The topics they talk about in the audios are really good.
Yeah. Yeah, energy. I would not buy at the top of that wick there. No. Oh, you mean this inch? I mean, it's a 30-minute breakout. You know, it's a regular playbook trade. Yeah, so that's the only reason we're in. Here comes the volume, though. I'll tell you that. It's creeping in. I can feel it. I can see it. So it's either going to literally wipe us out here, or it's going to fly up towards TP. I can feel the volume. You guys can feel it, right? You see it coming in?
I can feel it, bro.
Should we extend the TP?
Remain bullish.
Stay bullish and go for a ride here.
Extend TP. Extend it, bro.
You guys feel that
Stay
volume
bullish,
coming in, right?
Lower wick. Yep.
No lower wicks. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm down for no lower wick. That's cool.
But volume can spin either way right now. Keep in mind, like, that 4 hour is still bear. Our daily's bull. So if this thing wants to go, you know, it wants to go now, it'll probably go for a clean ride. Do I consider this trade a counter trend? I mean, the 4 hours as support, right? So that's my main thing here is, like, can we reject out of that 4 hour support? So not really. It's really a range too, right? So, like, the counter trend idea would have been sitting here on that break of the high to move up. So now we kind of did that. We came down, we retested, we closed above. And now we got the clean range plus the volume coming in. So I don't really consider it like much of a counter trend, because we kind of got that range 2 idea. Because if you move this up, you'll see, like, there was a range there. We broke above, we retested, and then we closed above that zone. So that's what's got me in this trade here. Now we don't have a lower wick on this 930 candle, so that's you know, a little issue. But other than that, looks pretty good. Who is my mentor? I have multiple mentors. No bottom wicks indeed. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, that's right. This is your trend line here. Yep. You got a little trend line here. Where is it? This guy right here. Right? Boom. Boom. What's up, lad? How we feeling? How we feeling? Welcome in. Is this gold? Yeah, this is gold. Yep. All right. Well, can we make the lower wick and turn around? We never broke the highs here, so that can also push this 4 hour candle down, right? So this could lead to 930 driving. We'll see. There go the lows. Decided to close. Yeah, not a bad idea. Again, this is again a sample size position here. I'm not too worried about it. I'm just going to let it run. Boom,
Wow.
boom, 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 boom. 30-minute pack. Yeah. Hey, look, there's our bottom wick, by the way. Right? So there's our bottom wick on that 1 hour. Now maybe we can get going here. And again, that was all in the plan, right? We understood that that can happen.
Literally took me out. Now it's about to juice.
Did it?
Crazy. Yeah. Thank you, Mrs. Lippy.
Thank you, Mrs. Lippy.
Eesh,
John's been getting the
bro.
brunt of these
I've been getting
these wicks here lately.
honestly.
Yeah, 1 hour looks a lot better now with that bottom wick. I'll tell you that. Let's see. No point in bringing the arrows? Yeah. Maybe if we were in at like 6 lots, 7 lots, yeah, I'd be like, yo, bring the arrows out. Top step or top one futures, which one's easier to pass? I think they're both the same. I know top one futures doesn't have a consistency rule on the actual eval, so that's probably a little easier to pass because you don't have the no consistency. But yeah, I think they're both good. I'd rather go with top one. That's who I'm with. Let's see. These longer trades test my psychology. Yeah. Again, just a sample size position here too. So just trying to collect data. We know that we moved up a little bit in terms of like our data collection here, like 20, 25 pips. So maybe that's something that we can look into, right? When we don't have much of a lower wick, if we get those 25, 30 pips in profit, then maybe we're quick to secure those, right? On some of those trades that push up there without a lower wick. So again, a lot of this just has to do, like even the other day, right? Where was it? 30-minute time frame. This move right, I think it was this one. Where was it? Wait, where was the move the other day at 9 a.m.? Was it this one? 8:30, 9, yeah. So this one right here at 9 a.m., I think it was this one, right? Where we really wanted to see that lower wick. Was it that? I don't think it was that one. This one. Yeah, here it is. 9 a.m. So where we really wanted to see a lower wick, right? Price just continue moving up. But look, I mean, maybe what we can say is most of the time it's not going to do that huge push. It's going to give us like a guaranteed 20, 25 pips though. So there's going to be times where we can kind of say, hey, due to our data, we can snag partials quickly, right? When it comes to those opportunities to get in with those like smaller wicks where we're like, hey, we drew it out. It makes sense, but we didn't get the best lower wick. Let's get in. And if we can get our 20 pips, we get out, right? But we still got to sample size this. These are just ideas and thoughts. So 1 hour coming back down here. Will we get a stop out? We might get the stop out now that we're coming back down. I don't think there's any better place to really place the stop, so I just gotta have to like leave it where it is. Hopefully we can pop up and break the highs here. A lot of consolidation though, unfortunately. 9:30, normally you won't see that. Yeah, especially the fact that these are all between 9:15 and 9:30 is crazy today. Yeah, you won't see that normally. Consolidation, look at that, 9:10, so 9:15, 9:20, 9:25, 9:30, and 9:35. Like, I've never seen it consolidate like that. Fake out for sells. Yeah, we could definitely get faked out here. Again, the 4 hour, right? The 4 hour is technically still bearish. So if it wants to come down, it's going to probably try and bring the candle down now, right? So that's kind of the idea there with the 4 hour. But until this candle closes bearish, I'd say below the range, we really can't say that you know, is going to happen. Let's call the juicer. Let's call it. Let's call it. Let's call the juice box, man. We need a 5 to break the high there. Legrand's got the strategy on lock. There it is. Move up or else. One pip away. Yeah, sheesh. Power of the arrows. I want to gold trade a little bit before the open, but was planning some. Oh, playing some games. Yeah, don't worry. You're good. You're good. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. We got 5 minutes for the closure here, so it'd be nice if this 5 can pop. It's either going to pop up or pop down. Most likely not going to consolidate here at 9:30. So we'll get a. I'm sure we'll get an answer within this next 5 minutes here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. Heat it up, bro. Who is that? Zyper, heat it up. Sheesh. Yeah, big closure coming up, man. Big closure. This next 5 can like literally just destroy it, just wipe this thing out though. So this next 5 is either popping up or popping down. I'll tell you that. Release the Kraken. Give me all the BTC funds in Kraken right now. I took a bottom wick entry. Oh, you dirty dog. He done did it. He done did it. Nice. 20 pips. Lovely, lovely, lovely. He mugged the market. Mugs mugged the market. Oh, my bad. I muted John by mistake. Or I didn't. I don't think I muted you, but 1 second, John. Let me make you co-host. Perfect. Yeah, so we'll see what happens here.
Bro's 1 pip from stop.
We're 1 pipette.
Like, where was this push in the bullish direction?
Yeah, right. That 1 hour again, so another reason why we stay away right until those lower wicks are formed, you know. So this actually goes to show us that our method is, you know, typically on point, right? But now that we've got the lower wick, I think if we can flip back up, you know, and start to push back and profit, I think then this 1 hour candle is going to get going. But we got to flip, man. We got to make moves. We got to make moves now. So we'll see what happens with the 5. The 5 kind of closed bullish. We broke the highs. I mean, I could see it coming down and stopping us out, but I could also see if we break the high, a big push coming up. So like I said, we'll push one way or the other here. Yeah, my bias is still bullish. So any closures, right? So this candle's still open, but any closures above here, I still remain bullish, right? Because that's like your break and retest kind of deal, right? And then you continue moving up here. So I'm still pretty bullish as long as we continue to close above. We closed above on the 15. We are on the 5. We're still waiting on the 15 closure now, but yeah, we got 2 minutes for that. So I really don't see a better place to like put my stop or anything like that either. You know what I mean? Like if we use that stop down there, it's, you know, I don't know. I think where we got it is pretty good. Yeah, we'll see if it'll hold. The issue is like we might come down and tap support, right? So maybe just put it at support, and maybe we reject it. So that's the only thing, is maybe 1 or 2 pips here, but other than that, can't really do much. A 4 hour, yeah. So you just gotta make your decisions based off of the 4 hour chart that you trade. You know, that's really the only way to go about it. Because if you go compare all the 4 hour charts, you're just gonna confuse yourself. So I would just recommend whatever chart that you normally trade and mark up and do your chart markups on, just go based off of that 4 hour. How could you re-enter if we close above? You'd probably have to wait for another candle now. So more like a 10 a.m. trade. So like if this candle does close above and then the next candle closes bullish, that's where you can re-enter the buys. Something like that. So, you know, you gotta basically, you'll get a same, if that kind of plays out how I draw it up, then you can almost get like the same exact entry as I got. And you get a better position, kind of new support and whatnot. So uh 100 green days. Yeah, sells could, yeah, my 4 hour does suggest sells as well a little bit, like being that it's kind of making a top wick here to come down. But again, with us being at support and the daily being bullish here as well, I've got like the read of us continuing to push up and you know, move up with this. If we look at the daily here, right, the daily is kind of creating a lower wick potentially to keep moving up. So that's where the buy idea comes from here, is the fact that the 4 hours at support, the daily is still bullish, the 1 hour closed above the range, the 30-minute closed above the range and whatnot. So that's pretty much, you know, the idea here. Today's my birthday. Hey, let's go. Muggs is mugging the market. Yo. TT gang, man. Let's get it. Let's get it. Happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday. You're in a cell right now? All right, brother. Best of luck. Best of luck to you and me. If I caught the pack runner high volume at the beginning and you weren't in a trade, would you think you'd re-enter? The only issue there was the wick was already up here. So sometimes it's tough to re-enter on the flip. But I mean, you can do that, especially if your bias is, you know, really, really bullish. You can do it. But yeah, I tend to not like those that much. Daily's still bullish. Yeah, daily's still bullish. Like, but again, you know, we can easily continue moving down here and still move back up bullish a little bit later too. So anything can happen right here. Shockingly, we have no volume pretty much. It looked like the volume was coming in pretty heavy right on the closure and then kind of just stopped right here. Yeah, we'll see how our 30-minute candle closes, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, the best new entry is simple. Support form, take buy. Yeah, that's the best new entry. If we get something like that, I'll probably add like a real contract size to it. Volume's non-existent, bro. I know. Doot, doot. Johnny Gems
My bad,
is
bro.
back. Now you good.
Computer died.
So John, you took a loss. How can you help them handle losses if anyone else took one here too? How are you handling it right now, right here, live in action?
Well, understanding first and foremost that like the outcome was random anyways, so I accept the random outcome. So when you accept the random outcome, the end result can't hurt you or affect you. Two, replacing my emotion with logic, right? Logic is, all right, over the next 20 trades, I'm going to be profitable, so I'm on to the next 20 trades. And then, yeah, staying positive, bro. Like, I'm grateful for life, bro. Like, I can breathe.
There you go. You still good?
Man.
You still alive over there? Still good to trade another day?
More than alive, bro. If anything, that
You're not revenge trading here, are you? Like,
Oh,
you're not getting back in just for no reason to try and make the money back, are you?
Absolutely not. I'm literally just watching right now.
Well, you might want to add it back, right? But you're probably not gonna. Because, I mean, who wants to end the day or who wants to lose a trade? No one. But the fact is, we lose trades, right? And it's all about what you do afterwards that's going to set the tone for your trading career, right? So John could easily take that loss, come back either in a little while, look for a good trade and get the loss right back, or he could go into revenge mode or FOMO mode and then just start throwing darts at nothing, right? And all of a sudden lose everything that he's built. So there's good ways to take good losses, you know what I mean? And like he said, you gotta stay logical, you gotta think long term, and yeah.
My emotions want to get back in, but my logic's like, yo, just you'll make it back on the next best trade.
It's like that. My mind's telling me no, but my body.
Especially the day I've had a tough day actually. So yeah, no, just staying positive and staying logical. And now I'm about to watch this thing juice up in your favor. Most likely.
Well, let's hope so, brother. Let's hope so.
Yep.
15-minute actually potentially setting up pretty good. That support maybe. So we'll see. What's ES doing here at 9:30? Nothing. So still no closure, man. We came down to that partial TP impulsively, it looks like. Yeah, impulsively off that 15. But yeah, sheesh. Still no closure. If the 15 closes support, yeah, not a bad idea. Yeah, it's going to be the second half. I'm sorry, this is the second half. So that'll be putting us in a new 1 hour candle as well. And, you know, as long as the 1 hour closes above, I think everything's still good. Kind of got like a potential 30 celery here too.
Crazy that like you just don't get stopped. Like it's wild stuff.
Me no speak English.
Like one pip. It's crazy.
Me no speak English. Oh, okay. Alpha said he's gonna send John 500 if this hits. Let's go. Let's go. All right, John, you're bulling then, boy. Full margin, brother. Full margin. Let's see. Almost got back in. Yeah, I guess if the 15 closes, like, you know,
Wild.
then yeah, not a bad idea.
My TP was literally right where we're at right now.
Yeah. Got out with 25 pips. Very nice, very nice. Good stuff. All right, and I'm out, my friends. I am out. Close it, close it, close it. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Don't make me manually do it. There we go. Perfect. All right, gang. That's it. I'm out. So a little wild ride there. Yeah, every now and then we get these crazy little wild trades going on. But yeah, I guess nothing closed below there. So we continue to remain bullish. I'll take about, I think it was 35 pips. And yeah, that's it. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Can we continue moving?
I got no comment, bro. No comment. Congrats, bro. Congrats on that.
Thank you, G. Can we continue pumping here for Toro? Let's see if we can get like 74 out of this. Yeah, maybe 74. Maybe like 1500, maybe. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, maybe. All right, there we go. $1,500. I'm out. Perfect. Perfecto. Great trade.
Congrats, bro.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, again, sorry if anyone got stopped out. I mean, that's the game we play. It's ruthless. It's reckless. Yeah. So, good trade. Good trade. Good trade.
Bro. Yeah. I'm going to call it a day, bro. It's been,
Call
since
it, brother.
Asian now.
Yeah,
I'd rather
call
just
it.
hop off the desk, get my mind focused on something else, and be back for Asian tonight.
Call it, bro. I think that's the good idea.
Yeah. Bet, bro. So, yeah, W trade. I'll catch you a little bit later. Talk to you later.
Yes, sir. Can we get a W for Johnny Gems on the way out?
Have a good day, everyone.
What a savage. What a savage.
Let's be great. Peace, fam.
Appreciate you, John, for real, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
You're a G, man. Love you, bro.
You're a G. Love you, bro. Peace.
All right,
Catch you
W's in
later.
the chat for Johnny Gems.
Peace.
We're moving along here, baby. We're moving along. Nice trade, guys. Nice trade. Anyone that held with me? I think Alpha Seti owes John 500. Alpha Seti, we're going to hold you accountable. Man. Nah, great trade. Good stuff. So let's see if we push any further, though. Very happy with those partials there. So we'll see if we end up pushing any further at this point. But yeah, all in all, great trade. Verbal contracts are blinding. I'm not sure what that means. Full margin, let's go. Great trade. Good stuff, good stuff. First win with y'all. A welcome, welcome. What up, Nors? Nors Flex in the house. How are you? Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. Wow, gang. We're like one pip. We didn't even have to bring the arrows out this time. Got stopped, re-entered, made it back, plus 90. Beautiful. Awesome, awesome. Great job, great job. 3K in profit. Let's go. That's awesome. I'm new in this industry. Should I trade XAU on New York session? Yes. Yes. Clubhouse, how we do? How do we do? How do we do? Let me just see here. Yeah, John's an absolute savage. Let's see. What do I think about sells? No. Whoever said they were in sells early, sorry about that. Whoever was calling my buy pretty stupid, that you were in the sells, sorry about that. Yeah, sorry guys. Plot twist. I seen you. Awesome. And if you weren't in it, no biggie either. No biggie. Yeah, the market just don't care. Yeah, that's right, C-Melly. W Ryan. Got in late, still secured about 320. Beautiful. And 220. Okay. All right. I guess he didn't get in too late. See you in Asian, brother. Ole. Did I move my stop? I moved it 1 pip, but it wouldn't have gotten stopped out either way. Yeah, when I moved it never came back down. It was up here. Some got stopped, some got profits. Yeah, sounds about right for this trade. Later, Stephen B. Later. Stayed out. Cool. Holy, what do we got here? Alright, 13 hundo times 3. It's a lot more than the clubhouse membership. Took the W. Exit strat. Yo, you're hilarious, bro. Last night was so funny. You guys were hilarious in Asian last night, man. Whoa. Alpha said he got stopped and didn't know. Hold on. No. Nah, man. Just enjoy it. I'll give John the 500 if anything. It's all right, man. Just celebrate the win. Oh, snap. $392. Nice job, Curtis. Man, you know, people don't really make $392 like in a day too often. Never mind times 1 or 2 or 3 accounts and whatnot. So you guys are winners here today. Winners here today. Would I be profitable just copying your trades? Probably not. Probably not, because it never goes like that, ever. So it starts off that way, and you even write it down. You stab your finger, you get some blood, you put it on paper, and you go, I, Jimmy Ding Dong, will only take Nick Stewart's trades in the New York session, right? And you write it all down, you mark it in blood, and 2 or 3 days goes by where you do that, but then all of a sudden, like the psychology effect of this game will begin to take over, right? And then there's going to be times where like a trade like this, you may not copy me, you may not get in, or you might not get out, or there's all different things that can happen when you add psychology into the game. So I wish it was as easy as I can go on this live stream, copy this guy's trades, and become a successful individual. And that can happen, but you're still going to have to work everything out in your own psychology. You just can't beat that part of the game. All right, you can beat it, you just can't get past it, right, without having to go through it. So I know all the other guys will tell you, yeah, all you gotta do is show up. Hey, by the way, join my clubhouse. That's where all my trades are taken, right? And then they'll tell you, if you just follow me, you could be successful, blah, 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 right? But I'd be lying to you, and I can't lie to you, right? So there's gonna be a psychological part that comes in, and that's gonna separate us, right? So you'll never get the same results as like another trader, because it's not just a technical game. It's a mind game, and that other trader's mind might be just a little bit more experienced, a little bit more equipped, right, to do certain things that yours isn't yet. But like I said, right? So you'll develop that over time. But I would just come. One thing I do know is if you show up here every day to learn, you'll definitely be a totally different trader in the next 4 months. But if you come to take the trades, I don't know. If you come to learn, you'll be profitable. If you come to take the trades, not so much. Basically, waiting for a steeper wick played out better than the sample size idea. Yeah, exactly. But so this is the issue now. You can't base results off of one trade. So again, this trade goes into now a sample size file of 100 trades, and this is just the first one of them. So we don't know, right? So we will know after 100 trades, and we get the read on that data. We'll know exactly if this makes sense to implement or if it doesn't. Yeah, and like I said, as long as we remained above 21 here, I mean, we were golden, right? Nothing closed below outside of that 15-minute candle. But again, if you're going to get that fake out, it's going to be on the 15. And this is probably where a lot of sellers stepped in, especially like if you're not in that trade and then you see like maybe me in drawdown, it makes it easier for you to get into those sells because you see, hey, well, the buys aren't working right now, right? But really, at the end of the day, I mean, the bias continued to remain bullish. We never once on the 30-minute closed below the range. And yeah, so you see how once we got this breakout here, we just continue to remain bullish. I got you. Yeah, I'll cover for you, bro. My most profitable setup is the onion play. So not this one, but more so, you see how this kind of moves up, comes down, creates support. So this position right here, a buy off support, is my best position. And by the way, I've said this so many times over the years, if you just stuck to that one position and one position alone, you would probably have an extremely successful trading career. Yeah, never mind the breakouts, the inverted, anything else. If you just stuck with the onion play, you'd probably become pretty wealthy. Big fire. What's up, bro? Yeah, way to not fall to temptation, bro. Regardless of would have made you money or not, you know what I mean? Green on the day. Okay, so you got the 500 then. All right, we good then. All right, I'll tell John. Partials done. Beautiful. One lot running. Perfect. Perfecto. Yeah. If I had more than that one lot, I'd have a runner here. Yeah, because gang, look at the daily, right? So if this daily now wants to actually flip bullish and break the highs, where do you think it's going to go? It's most likely going to come up towards like 64, right? There's still plenty of day left. Like the New York session just got started about 30 minutes ago, right? So I don't know if we will do that today, but you know, we might just not move at all the rest of the day. And then tomorrow, right, we may say, hey, look, I mean, we closed bearish here or something, and we might be looking for sells, right? So yeah, now it's kind of seeing what price wants to do for the rest of the day. Yeah, clean. After watching you trade and learn for 4 months, I've transitioned from being a losing trader to a break-even trader. All right, let's go. I know it's still a long way to go, but I'm enjoying the journey. Thanks for the commitment. Yeah, absolutely, man. Congratulations. Beautiful work. And look, that's how it should be, right? So if you've been on this stream for more than 4, 5, 6 months and you're just not catching the hang of it, you got to really look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, am I taking that time serious, right? Am I actually using it to learn, and is it an asset in my life? Or, you know, sometimes, gang, I would sit there on like Don's stream sometime, and I noticed that I was just on my phone for like an hour. Anyone ever did that? You're like, damn, I just been scrolling on my phone this whole stream, right? And I wasn't really learning anything. I wasn't taking anything in. But once I realized I was doing that, I stopped it immediately. I left my phone like in another room some days, and I just locked in, right? Because I said, hey, you know what? Most people are probably doing that, so let me not do it, right? And let me lock in. And it's no surprise that out of all the people in Don's entire community, right, that I came up and did really well in trading and eventually started my own stream, is because from the very jump I was like, nah, I gotta lock in. I can't be distracted, right? And in 4 months, you know, like same thing with Raja, about 5 months after I got this system dialed in, I was profitable. So it shouldn't take 5 years, right? It should really click after a couple months, especially if you come to this live stream and, you know, you just pay attention to how simplified we keep things, it's very easy to catch on when you're actually wanting to catch on. I'm on a 20 win streak with the onion. Let's go. Kennedy, 20 win streak. I would show you my numbers for the onion, but to be honest, they're honestly legit unbelievable. Like they're legit not believable, and I don't want to come off here like a you know, YouTube guru or something, but it's crazy, man. It's like a 92% win rate. It's wild. The most impressive trading I've ever done. What made you not get out when the 15 closed? I didn't look. I got off the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, I jumped. Notice how once that 15 was getting ready to close, I started looking at the 30, because I'm like, the 15 might do the fake out. The 30 and the 1 hour are really the candles here that we need to be paying attention to, because they were the ones that were giving us the breakout, the previous pack runner, right? The 30 broke out here too. So I didn't want to base my decision off of that 15-minute closing, because I knew that 34.21 is most likely, if we're going to grab the pack here, you're going to get a fake out, right? So if we weren't in the buy position, we'd be looking on the 15 for a potential fake out right here, and an opportunity to take a buy, right? If the candle closed somewhere down here, we'd be in the buy position. So I knew that if there was going to be a fake out anywhere, it was going to happen on the 15. So I just decided to hang on to it. It would have been nice if the bullish candle closed more like this, because then that would have give a lot of you guys an opportunity maybe to get back in there. I think I would have added at that point too, but you know, the candle closed way up here. So what up, Traders X? Good to see you, man. Always good to see you. Take a note of the time. Go back and watch. Yeah, that's true. Can I show the onion? An example? Yeah, so this would be an example of the onion right here. So let's say right here would be perfect, right? So price is bullish, 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 right? So you don't really want to take your buys up here, right? Because now you've just kind of traveled too far. So what you want to do is you want to see just like a market's kind of go like this, right? To move up. So you don't want to buy here. So what do you want to do? You want to wait for this pullback, right? So this is that pullback we're talking about right here, right? This move right there. And now that we've created a strong support, you can now take a buy right off of that support for price to continue moving bullish. And ideal, like typically what's happening here is if we drew our attention to like a 4-hour chart, I'm just going to talk about these candles right here. These candles right there. So what that looks like on the 4-hour is this move up right here. That just is a 4-hour candle that's moving up, right? And then you see this bearish move right here. That's the 4-hour candle pulling back. So it moved up and now it's pulling back like that. So that creates that bearish candle. And now the next 4-hour candle, you see this, you follow me guys? Now we're talking about this candle now. So that candle here is going to be the lower wick on the 4-hour the next 4-hour candle. So as price comes back up, now what this 4-hour time frame looks like is this, right? So we're saying, hey, we could possibly fill the wick here if we break these highs on the 4-hour, and the highs on the 4-hour is sitting right here. The wick fill is sitting right here, and that's your push. Boom. So this trade right here is a very simple higher time frame, lower time frame correlation that lines up with the 4-hour chart. And we know that the 4-hour candle, if it breaks the high, it'll most likely fill that wick and continue moving. And then that's exactly what we're looking to do on these lower time frames. So we break it down, like you really want to know what's happening inside of this 4-hour candle, right? What's happening on the 15-30 minute time frames in this 4-hour candle, and that's typically what it will look like. So you guys study it a little bit, but eventually it'll become like, some people are like, yeah, I know, that's so obvious, right? So but some others are like, damn, that actually makes a lot of sense. So you just got to study it, get to know it a little bit better. And if you're in the clubhouse, we did a whole webinar, I think 2 hours of content on that position right there. But we like to call that the money play. You know, if I could pick one position, it'd be that one. Onion's great. No lie, we've stacked 100 trades this year on the onion play. We've legit won like 90 of them. It's insane. It's insane. And trading every session has really gotten me a lot of experience working with that 4-hour candle and kind of working with it on the 15-minute time frame. So it's been a blessing. Yeah, it's been a blessing. Once you find support after retracement, do you have to find a range? No. So there's two type of markets, right? So you're gonna have a trending market, and then you're gonna have a consolidating market, right? So typically, if we're in a consolidating market, we're gonna look for a breakout, basically like what we took today. See how you had a candle break. This is like low key an onion too, but if you're in a consolidating market, then you're really looking for a breakout, right? And ideally, breaking out in the 4-hour direction would be best, and then you take those breakouts. But if you're in a trending market, then you just follow the trend, right? So you don't need a breakout. So once the candles move down and start to create support, now you just take the buys off that support right here. You don't need a closure above, to take the new buys. You take that buy right there off that support level. When do we start the live? Like 7:45 a.m. Eastern. Thanks, Big Fire. Glad I helped. Why do you call it the onion? Because the guy I learned from called it the onion. I don't reinvent the wheel, gang. Literally. I ain't got time for that. I'm trying to make money. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel and make new setups and create new entries. And, I'll do that throughout my adjusting process. But for the most part, my foundation is just going to be based off of other people's data, people that have gone before me. And, I benefited off their data, and then I collected the data myself. So I got like double the experience in these type of setups. How do you stay awake all 3 sessions? I'm different. Pull up to the scene with my ceiling missing. I don't know, man. I'm just fired up, bro. I sleep when I'm tired. So sometimes I'll sleep in between sessions. Sometimes I'll sleep. Yeah, I just sleep whenever I'm tired. I'm completely out of societal standards these days in terms of what normal people do. So anytime I get tired, I take a nap. The other thing is the vision, right? The vision is so clear on exactly what I want and how I want to live, and this is how I want to live, right? I want to live like a digital nomad. I want to be up on these sessions. Like, I truly enjoy doing this, so I guess I'm pretty blessed to where some people may call this work or something. I don't really look at it that way. So I'm just blessed to be doing this and grateful, to have your attention and to be able to impact your lives and inspire you a little bit with my life, but more importantly, help you develop a skill set that can pay you forever. That's my main goal here. So yeah, we're just here to get it done. That's all. It's a bigger mission. When you have a mission that's much bigger than you, it tends to be like that. Update the record. See, I love AB Mike. Everyone needs a guy like AB Mike, all right? I just nap when I'm driving. Yeah, that's all. Do I see a move to the downside? Notice how we're struggling right here at this area where we close partials, right? So I don't know. You in order to get that, you would probably need a resistance to form here, and then maybe go from there. I would probably even recommend, now that the 4-hour closed bullish, you probably want to see like let's say something like this, and then a new support to form, right? And then take a sell below there to fill that wick. So basically what it would look like is a little support formed and then a closure below. And on that closure below, you're going to target that wick fill. Yeah, something like that. Do it so casually. All right. Anyone? Any other good questions? I'm here at your service, my friends. I'm here. So, if you guys have any questions, if you guys want to go over any trades, anything like that, I don't even care. Could talk about life trading. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter. Why'd you enter the trade on previous candle high, not the current candle? It was because we had a super tight or super small lower wick here. So the entry on the current candle would have been probably like that. So I didn't want to do it. I wanted to enter right here. So yeah. So basically anytime you have a little wick like that, you're probably going to want to enter on the previous candle just so you can like establish that as the low, right? So because if you make this low and then you break the previous high, that should be the new low, right? For us to come up to make a new high before a new low. So yeah, I'd rather, it's just a little bit more confirmed if it breaks the high in that situation. Let's go, Goldie. $500 US, top one funded. Hold on. Do you think that I can trade using $500 US? Fund account using strategies which you have posted on YouTube? Yeah. Yeah, why not? Yeah, just make sure you follow them, right, to the best that you can. And if any of your losses that you take, what you want to do is you want to go look at those losses and ask yourself, does that line up with the idea or the strategy or the system? And sometimes you're going to say yeah, and I would say that's a good loss, but then there's going to be other losses where you look at it and you're like, what the hell was that? Like that doesn't look like anything that the system looks like, right? So then you got to take note of that and be like, I'm never going to do that again. All right, and then that's going to happen a couple times as you make your adjustments over a course of a couple months, and after that you should have a good firm foundation. How am I so accurate determining the ranges? I think just experience. Coming here doing this every day for 6 years has truly paid off. Like truly paid off, and this is the year it's really starting to pay off. And that's the only, probably the only thing I can think of. Obviously, there's a technical advantage to this too, which we kind of did webinars on and too, like trade management and all that. But yeah, I'm just really good at marking up the zones. I've watched the markets every day for 6 years. So if you've only been doing this for like 6 months or even 1 year, don't feel bad that you can't line it up exactly right now, because eventually over time you'll get it. Hesitation, yeah, that's why I like to use limit orders, because you can easily hesitate, right, or even jump the gun. So I like to use like a limit order that removes all human error or human thinking. So once I go, okay, I got a buy stop here, now nothing matters, right? I can't get in too late. I can't get in too early. I can't hesitate. Once it hits, and I'm in. So that's been a big help for me, because what I would do is sometimes I would, let's say price would break the high here, right? And I'm supposed to be getting in, let's say on this flip, and I'm like, let me just wait a second, right? Let me just wait a sec to see if it's going to maybe flip back, and it just goes, right? And I'm like, crap. So then I just enter randomly. And then all of a sudden I don't do good on that trade, right? Or I enter too quickly, right? So my finger's on the trigger. I'm ready to take this buy. Let's say at the break of that high right there. Let's just say right here. And my finger, slips like some of your fingers, right? And you enter into the trade too early, and all of a sudden it never works out. So that's happened to me many times too before. Completely my fault, right? Jumping in too early. But again, that's where the limit order really helps out, is it eliminates any human error. So I would just set limit orders and do that. There we go, Goldie. There we go. Lovely, lovely. 70 pips. How to not revenge trade? 1 to 2 trades a day. That's all I could recommend. If you want to get serious about your trading in the second half of whatever year we're in right now, then stick to 1 to 2 trades a day. That will solve overtrading. That will solve revenge trading. That will solve FOMO. That will solve basically all your problems. That's how you control yourself from overtrading too. Yup. Yeah, I'd say that. Same answer. First time here, do you have any training videos? Yeah, we have a full course. We have like 50, 60 hours of webinar content. It's all within the Clubhouse. So if you hit ! Clubhouse, or if you go to timedtrading.com, you can see what we do in there. It's basically a live streaming network where we go live 4 times a day. So we go live for Asian, London, pre-New York, and New York session every day, Monday through Friday. Plus we have, again, full course, tons of webinars in there. Extremely beneficial to any trader trying to make some improvements. Let's see. I trade 1 to 2 trades a day. I make 1,500 to 2,000, but in one bad trade, I blow up my account. What do? You got to learn how to size into trades. That's the next level for you. So you got to learn what trades to size up on, what trades to size down on, and that takes time, experience, or you can just come into the Clubhouse, go to the webinar we did on it, and speed up your learning process there. Everything's in the Clubhouse. We cover everything. We have a course that breaks things down in like quick little 10-minute videos, and then we have webinars that are like over an hour long that really just, drive it home. What's my win rate on the onion? 90%, bro. Sorry. I don't even feel comfortable saying that. Yeah, let me show you. So here it is. So this is this is everything here. So when you come in, you got webinars, you got trade setups, right? Basically do's and don'ts. You got a whole trading course, and then all trading. Basically, these are going to be weekly recaps. So we're going to be putting weekly trading recaps on all the trades that we take over the course of the week. So any trade taken in the Clubhouse over the week, we're going to, at the end of the week on Friday, we're going to make a 10-minute weekly review. So that way everyone can go in there and study them. But this is the course here. So this is all, basically everything I use to make money. And I know you guys are hitting me up and you say, yo, like, let us get the course outside the Clubhouse. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But yeah, so this is the course. Basically everything I use to make money in the markets and trade well is all in here. Risk management, target tap concepts, cutting and adding back, managing trades via candle closures, managing impulsively, how to plan your trade your plan, right? How to avoid fake outs, higher time frame, lower time frame, correlation stuff. These are all the setups, how to understand the playbook better. It's solid. And then you have all the webinars as well. So you got a lot of webinars that are just covering some of the most important topics that you can really start to hone in on. They're all covered in here, man. I can't stress how important and applicable these webinars are. For real. These are everything we do, right? Higher time frame, lower time correlation. These are an hour each, hour and a half each. So you're talking like 3 hours of content on these topics, right? Trade management, risk management, just what we were talking about. So someone asked, hey, how do you always know where the zones are, right? And how to take your partials. This right here will tell you everything. Goal setting part 1 and part 2, my favorite videos in the webinar section. And then you got all this stuff, a lot of different things, big webinars. These are 3 hours each, 2.5 hours, 3 hours. So we got a lot of content here, man. Good old back. Sometimes we go back to the basics, right? Yeah, Rafi also comes in, does a lot of psychology work, mental performance work. I mean, we've been crushing it. But this one right here, if you're in the Clubhouse and you haven't checked this one out yet, highly recommend going into this webinar here and understanding how to size into trades based on conditions. It's an hour long, very, very applicable. If you watch that today, you'll be able to apply those principles tomorrow, right? And that's why we designed it that way. So that way everything is study, learn, apply. Study, learn, apply, and then you can go out and actually benefit from it. ES, let's take a look. There's gold, hitting target on the decimal there. Lovely, lovely. ES, yeah, coming down now. Coming down, coming down. All right, let's see. Any other questions here? Been trading for 2 years. Okay, with some rules, 1 to 2 trades, still losing, waiting for... yeah, so go look at your losers, right? So if you're kind of creeping on last 7 months with rules, 1 to 2 trades a day, but still losing, I would really look into your losing trades and see if there's anything that you're doing wrong. You know, is there anything that is taking place that you're maybe not seeing something correctly? You have to journal your trades, you know, and you got to go back every week or every other week when you're not emotional anymore and you're just there to kind of look at the trades with a logical mindset, and then just go determine, hey, are my losses, am I proud of these losses, or should I have stayed out of that trade? And then you just make a note and you go, you know what, next time that happens, I'm staying away. Next time that happens, I'm staying away. And what you'll notice is, let's say you brought $1,000 in, right, but you're still losing, so that means maybe you lost $1,500, right? And if you go through all your losses, right, let's say there's a bunch of losses in there, and you start to say, hey, is this a good loss? Yes, it is. Okay, I can live with that one. Is this a good loss? Yes, it is. Okay, I can live with that one. Is this a good loss? Absolutely not. That looks nothing like my trading plan. This one either. This one either. This one either, right? And then you identify what that looks like, and you don't make those mistakes again. So you get rid of those trades, right? And all you have to do to get profitable is actually get rid of some of those stupid unnecessary losses. Because let's say that this trade cost you $300, right? This trade cost you $400, right? This trade cost you $300, right? This trade, whatever, I think we have one down here, 300, right? So that's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1300. So imagine you can add 1300 back here. So now like plus 1300, right? So what is that? 1000 minus 15, negative 5 plus 13. You're now in the profits. And you didn't do anything differently. All you did was stop doing certain things, and you didn't start to do anything different. You just stopped doing those things that were taking your profits away. And again, success is more of a matter of what don't you do versus what do you do, right? Some people say, hey, what do you do? Like, what do you do to become successful? And a lot of times it's what you don't do. So how are you so successful at trading, Nick? I don't know. I don't over risk. I don't over trade. I don't revenge trade. I don't take premature entries. I don't hold my positions after I know I should be taking profit. You know what I mean? It's more so what aren't you doing anymore? Access to the webinars. You have to, all you gotta do is join the clubhouse. So come on in, join the clubhouse, hit !clubhouse. I don't really guarantee many things, and I won't guarantee this either, but I could confidently say if you join that clubhouse and you run it for a month, you'll never be the same trader again. And if you take it serious, if you go through the webinars, if you attend some of the live streams, if you ask good questions, watch the course, there's no doubt in my mind you will be a better trader. Still holding the buys? Yeah, I mean, I probably would take full right here at this, yeah, right here. I'd take full, especially with that candle closing with no wick. That'd be it for me. That'd be it. Yeah, I closed full right there. Full position out at 27. Closed full. Let me actually journal this trade here real quick. Yeah, and by the way, if you're not journaling your trades, you probably should start right there. So just start journaling your trades moving forward, because you may say, well, Nick, how could I look at my losses? Where are they? Yeah, so that's an issue, right? So you need to see those trades. You need to document everything. Write notes down, capture screenshots, all that. Congrats on 46K. Did we hit 46K? Let's see. 46K subs. Appreciate you guys. Honestly, I love the fact that you guys are showing up here every single day, locking in. It's the same number, same people every single day, right? And I already know that success leaves clues, and very, very high chance that you guys are going to succeed if you continue to show up and continue to put in the work, right? It's a law. Just as much as the law of gravity is, if I drop this, it'll go down. If you put in the work, if you believe, you will be successful, gang. It's a law. How about them sellers now, though? Them sellers, though. Holy. Will there be a retracement that your take partial, so will be like an onion? Yeah, I mean, if you're still looking for buys here, which I probably would be, especially the way that that daily candle's looking now, just wait for a pullback, right? Wait for a little pullback. You know, even if you get something like this, you don't need anything crazy, and then a nice closure back above, right? Because now you're back above the range here. You got more clean traffic coming up, and this will probably be the next leg up there on gold. Yeah, or you can attempt these counter trend sells, but I probably wouldn't do it here. Update the record, or we'll say mean words. All right. Let's update the record. Update the record. Where are we at? What are we at? 3 winning? 2? Or what are we at? Monthly record. All right, this is gonna be our 4th day. Boom. How many of you guys stuck around yesterday for the buzzer beater? We had a beautiful trade on ES yesterday. I think it was around 10:15, and yeah, man, clean trade. Am I gonna re-enter a new trade? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah, let's hit 50K, man. Let's hit 50K. We'll do some celebrating at 50K. Will Asian session have another open mic? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. You guys are hilarious, man. Hold the chicken. Oh, man. Nothing. Hey, if you trade Asian session and you're not in the clubhouse, gang. New York session, I hate to say it, but man, the Asian squad is another level. They're another level. They got nothing on London, I'll tell you that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, Asian squad be bringing the energy, man. Yeah, 50K, we'll see. All right, anyone else? Last minute questions, comments, concerns, anything else? We've hit full target here today. Our job is done. We've made our money. I think I'm up 1,500 here. 369,000 here, so we're sitting about 2,500 on the day. And look, I'm not a greedy guy. That's enough for me. So 2,000 a day keeps the 9 to 5 away, and I'm all for it. We good? Guys wouldn't want to go against the trade, so it doesn't take. Yeah, I think Daniel, I think you should take every trade that you believe is a good trade, whether we're taking it or not. I think you should still take it. And if any trades that we take you don't think are a good trade, then stay out of it, journal it, and see if maybe like your decision will, you want to stick to that decision, or if you're like, you know what, maybe I'll look into that a little bit more. So that, and by the way, that's a general like advice. Whether we're in a trade or not, gang, if you like a trade, take it. Win or loss, journal it, document it, learn from it. And same thing goes for like, if I'm staying out of a trade and you want to get in it, right? Based off of your knowledge. So that way you can journal it, document it, and learn from it. All right. Cool. So tomorrow will be the last YouTube live stream of the week, as I am traveling on Friday. But tomorrow we wrap up the week here on YouTube, and then one more Friday will be in the clubhouse. So yeah, tomorrow will be the last YouTube stream of the week. I look forward to seeing y'all then, and I hope you guys have a great day. Green, hit him with the outro, man. Where am I going? I don't know. You guys want me to hang out and stay? I got nothing to do. I don't know, Green. I got nothing to do after this for about an hour, so I don't know. Maybe I'll go chase my wife around the house or something. But all right, man. Love y'all. Hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys tomorrow for another New York live stream. So we'll get to do it all over again tomorrow. All right. Hope you guys have a blessed day. Enjoy. Don't over risk. Don't overtrade. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Later, G's.
A2000 EST. OCOEE. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey. Hey. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I'm with my dog. Ay, birds of a feather, we gon' fly together. Ay, we gon' rock forever like it's heavy metal. I ain't Christopher Columbus, I would never settle. I ain't Lewis, I ain't Clark, I would never settle. God told me I'm Olympic, for real. Ay, see the kingdom, why you simping, for real. Why you talking, you should listen, for real. All this jaywalking got me limping, for real. Hey, jaywalking. Hey, Jesus walking, hey, Jesus talking. Yo, big faith, yeah, I need a whole lot of that way, where I'm about to go like amigo. Can't see the vision, then you can't be me amigos. I call up my girl and then we pull up to the Rego. That's the only time we pay to see you acting way different. Way different. Same book, but the page different. The page different. Is it cliche to say I'm lane switching? Well, I'm lane switching. Hold on, let me put my turning signal on. So they see me coming, they still can't see me coming. Only two things that I need is peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from up. They like, how he, who he, what is this? Hey, my studio is wherever I sit. Hey, I plug in the microphone and then you hear that click. Click, 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 click. It's a hit. Hey, way it hit them like, whoa, man. Hey, make them do the uh-oh, man. Hey, how you just came up with whoa, man. Flow electric, this is not a slow dance. Not a slow dance. We come together and we pray and hold hands. He give grace, so wherever grace lands. He paid the price, ain't have no escape plan. Yeah, no plan. Yeah, no plan. Actually, his plan was the plan, so he planned it. Ayy, set the bar high, he the code, so I scanned it. Ayy, we saving souls on the campus. Ayy, but this ain't no religion, we ain't following your antics. Ayy, thank you, Lord, I sit like a praying mantis. Enemy just tryna see me sink Titanic. Never out, but I'm outlanded. Even when I'm out, soon as I land. Back to the beach, back to the sand. Is back to the... Only two things that I need is peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above.
For the fight of my life, hit my knees and I strap on my gloves. Boy, I've been prepping since like I was 7. And thing is, I'm already covered in blood. Walking in love, this for the ones who been stuck in the mud. Searching for hope, trust me, I know what it feel like to drown on my problems. But God came and threw me the rope. Can't wait to look look in his eyes. All of my life I've been battling lies. I found the truth and took off my disguise. Come for my head, I still live for the prize. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I was in the city going down, trying to blow. Everything changed when I learned to let it go. Hopping on stage, I ain't in it for the show. Only got one life, so I gotta let him know. Talk about real. I seen a man's whole bad heel. I seen a woman drooling out the mouth. I seen the demons in the cast it out. I seen my brother throw his whole vape in the lake. Seen smooth heel from the dark. I seen the spirit change my own heart. Can't tell it all, but this a good start.
K to the second letter. Who got the keys to the Jeep and the Hiller? They ain't never been realer. I am not shook, I'm aligned, didn't chiller. My face blue steel, I ain't never been stiller. Ooh, KB ain't gotta get bigger. Ooh, Southside sing killers, bring light to the dark spots. Wake up, I didn't make up this God, the divine concealer. On the bread of heavens like the red and black 11s, walking through the pearly gates. Bobby do the most, I'm in the Holy Ghost. I'm looking like the Pope swerving race. They gon' get the word today. I send a text back, never curved the fate. Jesus, curses break, slaves get freed and the words awake. Ever seen a dope dealer? Cold killer, gold brother crying on the floor with us. Cause your hoe hit him, had a hole in him, now you got a hole in it. Tell him the Dead Sea here. We the new Israel, Israel, God really lives here. Watch the sin here, way more to tell. We begin here. We begin here. I put my hand on the Bible, the Lord is my witness that KB is closer than blood. I got that HGA tatted right next to my heart, so you know it's gonna always be love. Don't need no contracts or labels, you know we got him a seat at my table. Hovey little bro, so I'm willing and able. I keep some riders at home in the stable. Whoa, 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 I done told it all, but I still got more. Remember when the folks got killed next door? Partner told me, sell pills, not blow. Shorty told me, my career won't blow. Swear I don't care about the status. Why would I clout chase when God is my daddy? Take all my records, my money, my Grammys, I'm still gonna die richer than you can imagine. Jesus the king, I'm his prophet. Send me to Nineveh, I get it poppin'. They see an interview, swear I ain't with it. I say come see what I do in my city. From cooling with Kendrick to walking through Romans with people in prison. Let me stop talking, cause man, I've been did it. Can't let my left hand on my right position. Y'all just gonna have to see when I transition. I can't tell it all, man. Let's go.